I've never found a love like this. There it is. I've never found a love like this.
Hello everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. It is Friday and we have got the winning feeling, the Friday feeling. And it's nice to have a winning feeling, but last night's game for me was iffy, to say the least. It really, really was. Like, we watched the game last night, and in parts of it, I didn't know who was the Premier League side and who was the Danish outfit, but it is what it is. But I'm going to talk about Craig Dawson today. It's good to have him back. I will say that he scored the winning goal last night and got us the 3 points in the conference. And his defending last night was a bit up and down. That's going to be expected because of he's just returned from an injury. But I'm so glad this man is back, smiling. What a bargain! What a bargain that we've paid for this man over the period of time, and he's repaid us 1,000%. Do you know what I'm saying? When I look at last night's game, and I will go into last night's game because it got a bit mental last night on certain different things. Defensively, we are not right. We're not right. We've conceded goals, playing 3 at the back, 4, 5 at the back. And for me, it just doesn't work. It just does not work at all in the slightest. You're trying to make it work, but I don't think we've got the personnel. And when West Ham set up last night with Kira, Dawson and Cresswell as a 3, fair enough, I can accept that. But then when you're playing Kafau and Emerson as your wing-backs, it's defensive-minded, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though we did get the win last night. I will talk about the game last night quickly. We come out the traps and we was all right? We was okay. But then they just passed the ball around us, the Danish outfit, and they scored. Poor defending from us. Stupid error on the right-hand side by Kafau, I think it was. Goal, 1-0 to them. I could not believe it. The player ratings, watch along last night, and the video, my footage was terrible. Lucas and Mitch, their footage was good. Mine was terrible. But I saw that goal and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. West Ham defensively, I really, really couldn't. Do you know what I'm saying? So we go 1-0 down, and then we get a penalty. Rightfully, it is a penalty, right? The referee was majorly iffy last night on our side for once, and he gives us a penalty. Two hands push penalty. Lindsay steps up 1-0. Then Gianluca Scamacca, he scored 3 goals now, I think it is, in this competition so far. If we could get him performing like that in the Prem, then we've got a player on our hands. I thought he was good last night. Don't get me wrong. I will say this. I thought he was good, but he did drift wide a hell of a lot. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him drifting wide. I wouldn't go through the middle of teams. And when he did go through the middle of teams, he smashes it like a rocket into the top corner. Top player, in my opinion, really, really is. And then Craig Dawson, the man of the moment, turns up with a signature header to put us 3-1 up. Now, good corner. I will say that from Cresswell. Ball comes in. It's defended poorly by them. And Dawson's in there. I think it comes off his shoulder in the end and goes in. 3-1. Then second half, we come out. And I'm thinking, West Ham, just run right now. Get another 1 or 2, and that's it. Right, it's been a good night. And then we just go into our shell again. Poor defending. And I must admit, Silkenborg, they did pass the ball around slick. They had 50% possession with us last night, and they sprayed the ball left and right. And what it was with them last night is they had no end product in certain situations. They would get to the goal, and they'd be just keep recycling the ball all the way around, really, to no one. And then eventually they do score from a counter attack. And Bowen, who come on, who I thought was don't even get me started. They score, and it's 3-2, and then it's backs against the wall for the last 15. You know what I mean? It should not be like this at West Ham at present. I know Dawson's come back, and don't get me wrong, I'm over the moon that Dawson's come back, but I think Dawson should start on Sunday. I really, really do. I think you put Dawson, Zuma together, and Kera as the right back. and I think we look solid as a rock then. I wasn't convinced last night, and the game filters out into a 3-2 win for us. Not to forget, at 2-1 down, I know they got a corner that they shouldn't have had. Ball comes in, and they score a legit goal. Like, if that is us and we're in that situation, we score that goal and it doesn't count, we are going absolutely mental on that. So we've got to weigh it up for what it is, right? And last night we got lucky. There's no two ways about that. We absolutely got lucky. We rode our luck massively. Certain individuals in this team are just strolling along. Like last night, Paqueta last night. Did he look like a £51 million player last night? Not for me. I thought he'd done some good things okay. And other than that, he didn't really do a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you're sort of the most expensive signing, I want him to be on the ball. I do believe, though, he is too far deep. I will say that. I think he's too far in midfield when I want him to be as like number 10, just outside the box. I think he could be do more damage there than he is from deep. I will say that. I thought Cornet last night is another one. For me, how many times does this man miscontrol a ball? Like, the ball comes into him, miscontrols it. A ball goes down the side of him, he's offside. It was frustrating. It was frustrating, to say the least, last night. It really, really was. So, obviously, moving forward now, we've got Everton on Sunday, which is a big game for me. We need to get some sort of positive result before the international break. Last time out, we played Chelsea. We all know what happened there. We was robbed, really, of a point. So I will get to your comments shortly, but I think the Everton game, I am nervous because I do feel if we go 1-0 down, yeah, we can't keep doing the Conference League style of play. Go 1-0 down and score 3 goals. Do you know what I mean? It just ain't going to work with us, especially in the Prem. So we've got to do something different. Now, Moyes last night, I don't get the team. I don't get why Flynn Downs is not playing, right? Flynn Downs had a man-of-the-match performance against FCSB, yeah? And for some crazy reason, he just does not pick him at all. Now, is Flynn Downs injured? I don't believe so. I don't believe he's carrying a knock, right? He played a whole game last week. He's had a week off. Is he injured? I don't think he is. I just don't understand why. Now, don't be surprised if you see him on Saturday, Flynn. And for me, I could see Flynn, Souček, and Rice as a 3-man midfield. Right? I just don't get why he didn't play last night. Do you know what I mean? They played Declan last night. They played Souček last night. They don't play Flynn Downs. But that's neither here or there. But as I say, Moyes has got to look at himself, right? Listen, I can understand it from the people who are very much impatient with Moyes at the minute. On the one hand, yeah, there's a saying that you've got to give him time because of what he's done over the last 2 years. Understand that. But now he's got £170 million worth of pressure on him. Because last year he had the bare minimum and we was doing well with the bare minimum. Yeah. This season, we've strengthened in numbers, but we still look like we just don't look right for some reason. I don't know whether it's me, maybe I'm looking at it too much, but I just feel West Ham just do not look right at present. They look like there's something missing. There's that sort of end factor. Like, I don't know. I've just not seen us play well this year, right? And it's highly frustrating, really. People could say about the second half against Spurs, the game against Villa where we won, but Villa we was lucky. He was lucky to score that goal because that game would have been filtered out into a 0-0 draw. And the Spurs game, fair enough, we deserved to win that game, right? But we got a point in the end. So I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, but I know something. Goodison Park on Sunday is going to be a major game. It's major. And if West Ham do not pick up at least a positive result out of that game, yeah, if Everton beat us on Sunday, I think the people who are shouting for Moyes out, their voices are going to start getting a bit louder and a bit stronger. West Ham shouldn't be playing. West Ham should have took care of this Danish side last night comfortably, seen it out, job done, move on. But for some reason, it's just I don't know what's going on. I really, really don't, and it's very, very concerning. I just hope West Ham ain't putting all their hopes and dreams into the conference and then the league form slips. Because you know what will happen if the league form slips too much, the conference will go out the window and they'll be fighting to try and stay in the league. Maybe I'm overreacting on that. Maybe I'm being a bit sort of melodramatic. But you've got to be honest. West Ham haven't played well at all in the slightest, in my opinion. So, yeah. Let's get to your comments before I wrap this up, which is only going to be a short video. Where was the player rated from last night? I did a video, mate. It come out poor. Delete it. Morning, James. Hope you're all well, Jezza. I can only comment on the second half, but I thought Bowen, Corner, and Benny played like they had just met each other for the first time from different planets. I totally agree. Totally 100% agree. And I know you've named them three, but I don't get why Benny and Bowen are playing up front as a two. I don't get that one. I don't get why Bowen is playing on the left when he's played on the right for most of his West Ham career. Yeah, strange last night. This performance comes off a week off. What the hell do they do in the training to be so poor? I totally agree, Cliff. Totally agree. They've had a week's preparation for this, and I actually thought the week's rest would be a good thing for West Ham. I really did. I thought West Ham would benefit from that, gel together. And I expected West Ham to go out and go through that side last night. No problem at all. And we made it hard work. Right, we made them. Who, don't get me wrong, they were a decent little outfit. Yeah, we made them look amazing, and we looked poor in certain aspects. It's only the fact that a lot of things went our way last night that we got the result. Like, I think if West Ham would have drew that game last night, then people would have been like really, really, really angry. I think winning the game papers over some cracks. It's like, oh, don't worry about it, but we can play like that, but we won the game. So, yeah. Apparently, Paqueta is better in a deeper role, and that he should be switched with Lanzini. I don't know, mate. I don't know, but I like him sort of just behind the forwards. I think when you get Paqueta just behind the forwards, you've got a player who can turn and find passes. I don't think he can find passes that good from deep. Do you know what I mean? And really, you want him like progressive up the pitch, not like a Declan Rice Souček. It's okay for Souček because Souček's box to box. You can go in there and be a menace, but you just got to be better than that. Like, I just don't. Did he look like a £51 million player last night? Not for me. Not for me. Not knocking the geezer, because I know the geezer's class. You don't go and pay for the Brazil national team starter if you're crap. But it's a worry that our players just not gelling together. It's not gelling, right? And I heard Declan's interview last night. He goes, "Oh yeah, we're starting to come together." Bruv, I don't know what you're seeing. I really don't. Like, we got away with it last night, and on Sunday, if we do that again, we won't get away with it against Everton. For how bad Everton are, Gordon will rip us a new one. Do you know what I'm saying? If we don't sort ourselves out. I don't know what Moyes is thinking about Sunday. What is Flynn like? He was at training. I don't understand the Flint Downs one, mate. So, I mean, I really, really don't. That's the one that baffles me last night. I see the lineup. I thought it'd be good to see Flynn in. Right. The irony is that West Ham United on Twitter start posting pictures of Flynn. Everyone's going, "Can't wait to see Flynn. Can't wait to see Flynn." Doesn't even get on the pitch. That to me is not cool, man. It's not good. Like, and I don't believe it is Flynn. If I'm being honest. I think Flynn done a hell of a good job last week, and you're going to play in Lanzini. The only thing I can think of is that he's using Flynn on Sunday. That's the only thing I can think of. Now, if Flynn don't play on Sunday, he's like another Alex Crowell. Like, you see one good a glimpse of him, you don't see him again for like 2 months. It's only person that's just been named PL2 Player of the Month with 5 goals in 4. Wow. Downs and Rice looked a good little partnership in midfield. Why did he feel the need to change that? It worked. It worked fine. Totally agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. Do you think Paqueta plays when he's attempting to pass the ball? Yeah. I think I don't know what it is with him at the minute. He's, I think from deep, I think from that sort of midfield centre circle position, I don't think he's effective. I've always said that. And me and Mitchell was having it last night. Mitchell said, no, he's good there. I'm like, no, I disagree. I think you need to push him further up. But if you're playing a 3-4-3, he's got to be behind the strikers. And he's more in midfield last night. Do you know what I'm saying? Which made no sense. Like the system last night just made no sense. Let's be honest here. And in one stage, it looked like Emerson was playing. It was like a 4 at the back, and then it goes to a 3 at the back, and then it was just all over the place. Morning, Jimbo. Thank you very much. I'm still Moyes in. We support him throughout, but as I said in the past, I'm sceptical he can get the best out of the good technical players like he's getting now. Totally agree. Totally agree, mate. Really do. Pipeless, welcome. James, it's important to know what do you put on your toast. I don't eat toast, bruv. You know what I mean? Too much bread, no good to you. I'll be real. Morning, can you come on? Can come on if you want. No, that's right. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. What we got here? I'd like to see Paqueta as an 8. Personally, I agree. Do you think Moyes brought the players, his players, to fit a certain style of play in mind, or just to get the best players he could and then throw them into his system? I think the latter. I think he's tried to get these players in to go into a system that's in his brain, if I'm honest. Let's be honest here. Has anyone ever seen West Ham play really, really well, like consistently in a 3-4-3? Because I haven't. I really, really haven't. I've not been convinced by this system at all. People say, well, like it's a possession-based game, but West Ham don't hold the ball good enough to be a possession-based team. West Ham are a counter-attacking side, and I'd rather see West Ham on the front foot rather than like trying to maintain like possession. Like on Sunday, we're up against Everton. If we don't have a shot on target in the first half, I won't be pleased. I won't, because it'll be Villa away, no shot in the first half. Chelsea away, no shot in the first half. If we get to Everton away and there's still no shot in the first half, something has got to change. That'll be 3 games in a row that we haven't had a shot on target in the first half. We should be coming out and going at teams, and we, for some reason, it's like we're scared. It's like we're scared. I don't understand why. I really don't. Why the duck is my friend a Bonner holding bench, bro? Interesting, really. I thought Bonner was, well, he's there. I think it's right to bring Dawson in, though, Derek. I'll be honest with you. Like, it was good to see Craig Dawson back. It was a breath of fresh air last night. Now, listen, if it was me, I would start Dawson on Sunday, in my opinion, and play 4 at the back. And sorry, but Kafal for me is just frustrating figure. Flynn Dan slept with his wife after I've been, mate. He said I've done something. If Dan starts on a Sunday, I eat my hat. I tell you what, mate. I don't know what's going on with the Dan's thing. I really don't. I really, really don't. Morning, James and chat. Morning. I hope you are all well. Double H. Ashby is our only proper right wing back. Yet again, where is Harrison Ashby? It's like he's scared to use him. I don't know what is going on there with him. Like, what's Ashby got to do to get a game? Now, I can understand it when some of the youngsters are not happy and want to move on. Like, I really do. And I think Ashby, I've always said this, yeah? I've said that Ashby's the best player out of that core of, like, youngsters. People used to say Elise, Baptiste and all that. Yeah, all right, fair enough. But I watched Ashby for a long time over West Ham, yeah? Used to watch him over Dagenham and Redbridge a hell of a lot in, like, behind closed doors games and reserve games and things like that, and under 23 games. Yeah, the kid is a talent, mate. He's a talent, and for how good Kafal is in certain aspects, I think Ashby goes up levels. The only thing with Ashby is he's defending. He's a bit iffy, but going forward, I think he's electric. I really, really do. And I just don't understand what Moyes is doing with that situation. Like, I think Ashby could have done a better job with Kafal last night. I thought Kafal was like painful, really, in my opinion. Moyes has never played 3-5 football. I think Moyes, in his head, thinks he can bring these players in, and because they are upgrades, they perform better regardless playing at counter attack. Totally agree. Totally 100% agree on that comment. Um, when you look at how much money we've spent over 170 million pounds of the English King's money now. Why are we not looking better than what we was last year? Last year we was playing with 14 players, starting 11 every week, bosh, 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 and 3 subs every time. It was always the 3 subs, if not 2 subs in certain games. Do you know what I mean? Because we didn't have enough. And we've brought in Cornet, Skamaka, Paqueta. We should be flying through these things. We should be looking better. And I know people say about they have to gel and all that. Sometimes it ain't about gelling. It's about whether they're connected as a team. And it just seems like they're all on different wavelengths at the minute. I'm convinced that we didn't use Downs because of the risk that the pitch could have presented Oggy and Zumba too. Maybe, but then why would you go and risk Declan or Bowen or like these players? I think that is a fair enough assessment. I will say that, but I don't know. He can't get on for 10 minutes. Like, I think everyone's played on Ashley turf before in their lives. I must admit. Where are we? Let's have a look. Cross Hammers. Good morning, all. Do you think we will get top 8 with our current system? I don't even think we get top 10, mate. Cross Hammers. If you want me to be honest, as a West Ham through and through fan, blue through and through, and all that game, I am worried this season. I am. As the season goes on, our next 3 games are Everton, Wolves, and Fulham. And I said it the other week, and I say it again. I expect 7 points out of them games, minimum. Yeah, if we're going to go up to a level, we should be hitting 7 points all the time with them games. I think we should be beating Wolves and Fulham at home, really, in front of our own crowd. And if we got a point at Everton at the weekend, I could accept that if we get the 2 wins after. But I'm worried. It just seems like Moyes, to me, and I'm not a Moyes out person yet. I've always said that. But there will come a time when I will just go, that's enough now. Because I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. But for me, Moyes is tinkering around with this system. And he doesn't know what his best team is, really. Deep down, yeah, people could say, right, it's Fabianski, Kafal, Zuma, Kira, Kress, Souček, Rice, Bowen, Fornals, Paqueta, and Antonio. Yeah, that's the 11 that people would probably say in their mindset. Yeah, but let's be honest, Bowen's been poor this year, right? He's been poor. Souček he's been reborn to a certain point. Other players are in there, like Kira. I love Kira, right? I think Kira is a decent player. But if someone said to me right now, would you put him on as a right back and put a centre half in there like Craig Dawson, I would openly go with that. Because I think Kafal's been poor this year in certain games. I really do. So I don't know. I don't know what's next. This time last season, we played the same settled 11 week in, week out. Now we have no clue what our template first 11 should look like. Totally agree. Totally 100% agree. And that is the thing that does me, Jazza, if you want me to be honest, yeah, is that I can't understand how we can go from being that last year, great, yeah, Europa League, great, we looked electric, yeah. We had Seville away, where we lost, fair enough, but we had Lyon away, where we played amazing. Like, there's certain games, obviously, where we played really, really well. And this year, if someone could tell me 2 games that we played decent in like 90 minutes, you won't find them. Probably Viborg away is one, and the other one is it's hard to find. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe both of them are probably in the conference, in my opinion. So it's a concern. It is a concern. Right, let's get down here. That day I was half talking some rubbish last night. I don't blame Mitchell for wanting to punch his nostrils. Yeah, last night was a bit mental. That's why I've decided to do one today. What I will do moving forward, there will be no hostility in the chat between panel and chat, Terry. So it's all love, brother. It's all love. Can see Suchek and Rice starting on Sunday. Yet Dr. Dans will come on second half. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I agree. You know my thoughts on Ben Rama. I must admit, playing him up front is shocking. He's not a striker, and Moyes made a mistake not keeping Skamaka on. It's not like he's starting Sunday anyway. Totally agree. Totally agree on that. I don't understand why Skamaka didn't stay on the pitch as a big lorry goes past. Maybe Moyes got a bit naive last night. Maybe he thought the job was already done at 3-1. And he thought, you know what, I'll bring these players on, we'll see it out, job done. All right. Now, there's two ways of looking at that with the Skamaka situation. You can look at it on the one hand and go, if he stays on the pitch, he gets injured, then people will go, well, why didn't he didn't get subbed? Like, we're in control of the game. What done me last night is he keeps playing these players out of position. He's playing Bowen up on the left-hand side up front. He's playing Ben Rama as a striker. He's playing, there was someone else he played out of position. And I was like, what are you doing? And it's strange, to say the least. The Ashby side was a bit of a strange one, in my opinion. He's refusing to play because he wants to leave. He can't still be carrying that knock, can he? I don't know. Maybe he's looking at it and thinking, how can I not get in this team? You've got to look at him and think, Ashby, right, in his position, he's got to deal with Kufal, Ben Johnson, Kira probably, yeah. But I'll say Kira's playing as a centre half at a minute, so I'll use that. I'll take Kira out of it. So he's up against Kufal and Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's injured, and Kufal's been poor. Now he's probably looking at it and thinking, well, how can I not get a game? Or how can you consistently play a player who's not playing well? And Kufal hasn't really been playing great this year. I will say that. But a lot of the fan base will go, well, he had a great game, one great game. But they forget the previous four that he played, like where he was absolutely shocking. So, yeah, it'd be a shame if Ashby goes. Let's put it like this. Don't matter because he cost £2 million and he's awesome. Yeah. Benny drops in form the last two games, and that's to do with Moyes not starting him and being sub-consistently when he was banging form. Yeah, I'm not even going to mention about Benny, mate. I'll never call anyone out, Terry, but what he did at Christmas time last year was out of order. Cannot follow that sense. Oh, well, you carry on amongst yourselves. What have we got? Let's get down here. What have we got? To be honest, Kufal is never anyone near him to pass to. In my opinion, they're all in the box or miles away from him. I totally agree. Totally, 100% agree. Played decent in most of the second halves, but not full 90. That's the problem. Double H is that we're not playing well. We're becoming a second half side, and amount of times like this year where we've come out of traps and we've just started slow. And it just seems like when you look at us against Spurs, we was waiting for something to happen in that first half. Played all right. We hit the post in the first half. Second half, we come out and we just destroyed them, really. We just couldn't score that second goal. But we can't just do that against Spurs. We've got to do that against your Bournemouths and like your Fulhams and teams like that. So it is a worry that we're sort of playing against certain opposition decent, and other opposition we just like don't really give a crap, really. My thinking Moyes just wants to give everyone minutes to keep everyone happy, but you can't always afford to do that. We underestimated them and we got away with it. I agree. We're on that. Can you, West Ham Online, Mitchell and co, do a show or a space about Everton game, as I am worried about? I will see what happens, mate. Probably be a space at some point somewhere. What we got? Honestly, watching us the past year reminds me of United under Ollie. Favourites, players over and over, disjointed, can't pass. Oh, I'll tell you what, mate, not far off never. I don't know. How long have you known the likes of Lucas, Affers, and West Ham Online? Too long, Terry. Too long, brother. Not me. Wish I would have met them years ago. and strangled them. Then I've been calling for Arietta to be #1 spot. May see what Moyes sees in last night. Ivan Toney, England call up. You called it. What could have been, mate? I called Ivan Toney for a long time. Anyone who knows me from this channel, yeah, that I've done this channel. I've done this channel for a year, just over a year. But before that, I was doing another channel, and I was screaming right to everyone, Ivan Toney, go and sign Ivan Toney. And I thought when Kane was to leave Spurs, Ivan would go to Tottenham, but he didn't. He hasn't worked out. I think Kane will see his career out at Spurs. But Ivan Toney, for me, is a top class striker, mate. Like the way you bring people into play, and yeah, like gutted is the word. Like that we didn't sort of go after him. I think he would have been a perfect replacement for Mikel Antonio for the future, 100%. Would you have taken the Conference League win and 10th in the league playing inconsistent football? I'll take the Conference League win. I would. No doubt about it. West Ham haven't won a trophy in 42 years, so by all means, I'll take that. The problem is with that is you are putting a lot of pressure on one competition, and if we get an injury or we get a bit of bad luck, bad referee, anything of the above, that could end our season. Our season could filter out into nothing. It is inconsistent, but the problem is, why is it inconsistent? That's the $1 million question here. Why is West Ham becoming so inconsistent all of a sudden? So I don't know. It's there's something not right there. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking it's stopped flowing like they used to. Like maybe it's because they're all getting together, and like maybe by the time the World Cup comes, the players who are not there, they're going to be on the training field and they're going to be sort of like held back and sort of learning different things. But I think the next 3 games are massive. Like they are massive, massive games. And if we don't win, like in them 3 games, then I think Moyes is under pressure big time. James Lucas is returning. Yes, he is. Lucas, who comes on this channel, the American like joyrider, as I like to call him. 1st of October, he's arriving in the UK. He is going over here and he's staying here to the 15th of November. So he's doing all them games. He's doing all the home games, maybe a European away day, you name it, he's doing it. He loves it over here, and good to have him back, mate. Ivan Toney is an absolute no-brainer. Imagine if we would have a penalty shootout. He's absolutely must have pens. I agree, mate. Called it for a long time with Ivan. I really did. And yeah, I was never a big fan of Moyes' tactics. Too defensive, we invite trouble. Totally agree. I don't want him to foul, but we lose on Sunday. His job is on the line. Totally agree with Ralph. 100%. Really, really do. He's gone back to how he first started at West Ham. If you go back to the first season when he started, in certain games against the big teams, he'd set up 5 at the back. And now he's doing it all the time, which just doesn't make no sense to me. It really don't. He's got an hard game on Sunday against his former side. His former side, I want to turn him over. And if he loses against Frank Lampard on Sunday, I agree with you, Ralph. I think his job is massively in the firing line, because it ain't just from the fans. I just want to make that clear. The board will be looking at this and thinking, well, we're paying £170 million out here, and you're performing worse than you did last season. So, yeah. Hi, James. No hate. Love the stuff and don't want to bring it up again. But I always felt sorry for you, West Ham, as you were belittled on the day's banter. Glad to see you're glad to see 2 doing well now. Listen, mate, I've got no hate towards no one, mate. Don't worry about me, Derek. You just keep liking the video. And as I say that, make sure you like this video. Get the likes up so it gets out there, gets more subscribers. Everyone's a winner, as they say. You know what I mean? What we got here? trying to play devil's advocate, but do you think the people have minds on World Cup and not getting injured for it could be a psychological effect? Good point. Good point. How the fuck is Jared Bowen? I don't mean to swear, but I've got to let that one go. How is he in the England side? The way he's played this season, I don't know. No idea. If that is the case, then why? Why is it? But they're saying that Gianluca Scamacca is playing for Italy ain't in it. Paqueta, I can understand it. He's Brazilian. Cornet, another one. I don't think Ivory Coast are in it this year. So I hope not. I hope not. I really do. Morning, folks. How is it possible that some of the failings we had for months now have not been addressed? Some of our players are so slow in deciding things and so poor in basic passing. I've got to admit, last night when I looked at that Danish side, the way they passed that ball around, I was like, "Wow, this team is like." But then they play on that service every week, so they can sort of do that. But yeah. On a different note, you know them little white leaflets you keep seeing on the floor. I chased a guy last night, and it led me to the Albanian gang's friend. He had luckily let me go. Be careful. Where was that, Cross Hammers? Where was that? God dear, it's all going off. Can't play 5 at the back against Everton. It has to be a 4-2-3-1. Totally agree. If anyone gets run over in Stratford next month, you probably just bump into Lucas. Yeah. Can't wait for Aguerd to return. I agree. The moment Aguerd comes back, we're going to be all right. I will say that. Yeah, we'll be all right. East Down. Oh, not far from me, man. Not far from me. Good morning, Mr. Feather. Thank you very much, mate. 23 Anderson only cost 30, 2 weeks' wages. Yeah. Right. I'm going to wrap it up there, people. I really do mean that. You know what I mean? Have you ever met the guests on your channel, and when are you planning to meet them? I have done, mate. I've done, Terry. Do you know what I mean? We meet all the time, Terry. We certainly do, so. But it's all good. I know them all anyway. I've known them for ages. But that is me done for yous. Listen, have a good Friday. That's the first thing I always say. Listen, it's Friday. Weekend's here. It's going to be a long weekend. Obviously, Monday, with the Queen's funeral and everything. So try and enjoy your weekend as best as you can. I will be back Sunday. 2 o'clock is the game, UK time. I'll be doing an after full player ratings in the evening at some point in that evening. And yeah, listen, last night wasn't sort of vintage, but we got the job done. That's all I can say is we got the job done in the end. But I'm just waiting. And I think this game on Sunday is massive for West Ham. If we go into the international break with a loss, then I am going to have to see a lot of negative vibes for the next sort of 2 weeks before we get to the Wolves game on the Saturday, the 1st of October. Hopefully, when Lucas comes over, he can bring us some luck, because last time when he came over here, West Ham didn't win a game. So it is what it is. But as I always say, look after yourselves, look after each other, and listen. There was a lot of negative vibes on the chat last night, and a lot of people like abusing people. At the end of the day, we've all got opinions. That's what it's all about. First thing is, all right, everyone's entitled to their opinion, yeah. But one thing I don't want to see is aggressiveness because you don't agree with it. Listen, I don't agree with half of the panel that come on this channel. Alfie drives me mad with some of the stuff he says, but it's his opinion, and you've got to respect it. Mitchell, on the other hand, always drives me mad. But one thing I will say with him, he's true to his word with his opinion. So, also Lucas, Affers, and the rest of the boys. You know what I'm saying? So, just chill, look after yourselves, and try and have a good Friday. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that is me done. And crap, that's not nice. What's not nice? What we got here? Let's have a look. Right. Yeah. And that's me done. Anyway, Take care of yourselves. Have a good Friday, and I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.
There it is. I've never found a love like this.